Hi, peeps. I'm Ariel Grace, and this is a spiritual show. And oh my gosh, I think we're live. I'm not sure if we're live on, I think we're live on Facebook and YouTube. Rock on. YouTube still being, or Facebook is still being weird. So if you are watching on Facebook and you can't hear me or it's not coming in good, go over to YouTube, look up my YouTube channel. It's YouTube at Ariel Grace. Yeah. Okay. All right. So tonight we're going to be talking about karma and accountability. Because here lately, like we're ending a circle. A lot of people right now are ending a cycle. So we're going to be talking about like that cycle ending, and we're going to be talking about being accountable and little handy tips on what you can do to help yourself have those like aha moments so that when you're so that so when you're doing your thing, you're not carrying around a lot of energy that sucks, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. So I have a couple of announcements to make. Um, I am I am not an astrologer. That's why I have Kendra come on at the beginning of the month to talk about astrology because I only understand a little bit of it. The rest of it's kind of like blah blah blah, and she has to break it down for me. So that's why I have Kendra come on so she can break everything down. Some of you have been asking about the Mercury retrograde, and then tomorrow I believe it's the solar eclipse new moon. So get your new moon candles up. But tomorrow is that, and so she can break down what is going on during this time period. Okay, so go back to last week's show, the astrology show, and check it out. Okay, hey Kim, and then you'll have some answers to some of your astrology questions. Now um, you can check out Kendra at Know Yourself Well on Facebook and Instagram. And both of those, either one of those, and you can ask her questions there and, get your chart done. Figure it out. That's another good way to figure out how to balance karma or when is the best time to balance karma, or if you're going through a karmic thing, or if you have like, I had a Saturn return, and I had like almost 4 years of Saturn return because Saturn went through Scorpio and then it went through Sagittarius, and I am a Scorpio with Sag rising, and it was 4 years. Oh my God, it was horrible. So she can help you plan something like that so it isn't as awful as what I went through. Okay. All right. So check out Kendra. Um, it's Know Yourself Well on Instagram and Facebook. All right. I am going to be on Joanna's show on Tuesday night. It's going to be totally awesome. We're going to be talking about spirit guides and angels, and we're going to do a meditation. It's really cool. You can check it out. It's at Blog Talk Radio slash G or J G A R F IMCNALLY. And if you need that again, you can go to my page and click on the link. So it's Tuesday night at 7:30. Okay? Or you can call in. If you've gotten my newsletter, the phone number's in the newsletter. All right. So that's Tuesday night. It'll be very fun for us. Okay. Next Saturday, I am doing the automatic writing class. So if you want to join me for that class, you have to email me to RSVP. So you can email me at a gang of girls inc at gmail.com, and I will send you the link for that class 15 minutes before the class on Saturday. Okay. So check out the webpage. All the information is there for you. arielgrace.net. All right. Okay. So we're talking about accountability and karma. Yes. So a lot of people think that karma is no bueno. Like all karma is bad. Karma isn't bad or good. It's karma. It's energy. And it's up to you to decide what you want to do with that karmic stuff, right? And I'm going to speak like, you know, like we have, I believe in reincarnation. So I'm going to be talking about a little bit about reincarnation and that. When we reincarnate, right before we reincarnate, because karma and accountability all goes together. So when we, right before we reincarnate, we sit down with our spirit crew and we have a discussion about what we want to learn. Like, what do we want to learn during this life? How do we want this life to go down? You know, um, and everybody has different things that they want to learn. They want to be, they want to know, right? So when we sit down with our spirit crew and we plan it, because we do, we plan it. And, some of you may even have like deja vu, aha moments, those intuitive hits, the feeling of like, oh my gosh, I know this person, or oh my gosh, I've been to this place. We are drawn to people and places that will assist us in our lifetime. Okay. And so the best thing, this is what I say when I'm talking about karma. This is a saying from Lao Tzu, and it's kindness in words creates confidence. Kindness in thinking creates profoundness. Kindness in giving creates love. So every time I get in like a little karmic loophole, you know, I I think of that because when we know, like, I feel like intuitively or instinctually we know, like, okay, so this may be a karmic lesson that I need to learn, so I'm gonna check it out and see what I want to do with this. Now, a lot of people say you have to do this. You don't have to do anything. If you don't feel like doing that right now in this time of your life, you can say, you know what, I don't feel like doing this karmic thing right now. I got all these other things. Let's do it later. We can check that later. Because believe me, the universe is giving. So she will give you that karmic lesson over and over again. So, well, she's just like that. So, don't you just love that? So, karma is energy. And it doesn't matter, like, if you got fired from this awesome job that you know that you shouldn't have gotten fired from, and they fired you anyway to make room for, I don't know, their cousin. Yes, there is a karmic imbalance there, but we don't want to wish negative stuff on other people. We don't want to make it worse, right? Okay, all right, I'm going to go look for another job. But you guys over there, you deal with that, okay? I don't want to make it worse. I don't want it coming back on me. All right. So we do. We sit down with our spirit guides, our angels, our ascended masters, all of the spirit crew that we choose, or they choose us too. So we sit down and we have a chat so that they can assist us during our life with these great karmic lessons. All right. We're going to talk about this life right now. We're not talking about other lifetimes. Well, we might, but all right. So think about karma as an opportunity, because it is. It's an opportunity to learn. And so when you start learning, you know, try to put a positive spin on it. The reason why is because you don't want to go down a dark hole. That is not all right. So sometimes we come into this life feeling a certain way, you know. I know I was angry and I felt guilty as a kid. Like I don't know why. I didn't do anything bad. I always felt guilty about it. But that came from a different lifetime. And so I had to resolve that feeling of guilt and the feeling of that negative feeling, that angry feeling, right? I had to figure out where it came from, balance it out, let it go so that I can have a better life. All right. So, and you too, like check that. Where does it come from? Where does it actually come from? Where does that feeling come from? So, there's a lot of entitled people running around the planet. And I'm just amazed at how entitled they are. Um, and they probably came in. I have a theory about this. I think all of like the royal people or like leaders of the planet that have passed away, I think they've all come back in this lifetime to like learn a lesson that they're not entitled. They actually have to do things for themselves. Wow. They can't sit around and do nothing and expect everybody to do things for them. So with entitled people, what I always ask them is, "Hey, can you make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?" Hmm. You can? You go do that, okay? Because entitled people need to learn how to do for themselves. That way, they are not entitled anymore. So they learn how to take care of themselves, they learn how to do for themselves. All right. Okay. So so when we're talking to people, that's what I always ask. You can ask them something else, but peanut butter and jelly sandwich usually shakes them up a little bit. And so then they start thinking. But we want to make sure that these entitled people learn how to do for themselves. We're not always doing for them because we need to fill ourselves up too. All right. Okay. We need to take care of ourselves, right? So we want the entitled people to start looking at, I'm going to use this as an example. We want them to start being more thoughtful, more giving, more understanding to assist with their growth. And you may have ended up with them karmically because maybe as entitled people that they were in other lifetimes, maybe they treated you bad. Maybe you're here to show them how to treat people good without like wearing yourself thin. Okay. Have them make their own peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. All right. So I know it sounds silly, but if we approach things like that with silliness and kindness, upliftment, it seems to crack the ice, and people have their realizations quicker. They're there. They see it, and they're there. All right, and they're more open when somebody's smiling and feeling joyful. They're more open to expansion and learning. This is how it is, right? Okay. All right. So, one of the things that I love about living on planet Earth at this time is that, again, there is information like crazy. So, anything that you would need or anything that you need to know, need to do, um, need to figure out, you can find that information and you can probably find it in like 2 seconds. And so, if you're working with an entitled person, I always say, hey, there's Google, there's Siri, there's the internet, and there's tons of stuff there for you, right? So when people ask you to do something for them, you don't have time, and their little fingers or toes or whatever need to get busy, point them in the direction that they need to go in so that they can figure it out themselves. Okay? All right. All right. So, one of the things, the handy tips that I use for people that are wondering about their cycles, about karma, about their lessons is to write a timeline. Write a timeline of, what your whole life. And I use a pencil. I actually write it. And I use sticky notes too. But I use a pencil so that I can go back because once you start remembering something, other memories will come up. Other memories will keep going. And you'll see it. You'll start to see the memories come up. And then you can see your cycles of learning, your cycles of aha moments. Oh my God, that was a total intuitive hit that totally worked for me, you know. So write your timeline because that's going to assist you one in your clearing work, two to see that you are totally rocking it, and three, it will assist you too with going, yeah, I need to like redo what I want, like my intentions, my goals, right? So write a timeline from your earliest memory to present day. And you're going to see like everything that happened in your life, and you're going to have some aha moments. You'll be able to clear some stuff out. You'll be able to make room for new stuff. Okay. All right. So when you think about it, just take a moment every day and think about it and start writing things down as they come to you. And you'll start to see the patterns of your life. And you'll start to see where you balanced karma and maybe where you need to go and help yourself with some karmic stuff. All right. And the reason why I said this is like the breakdown. This is what I call the breakdown is you're breaking down everything in your life to see where you need to pay attention to. All right. Okay. So it is a good handy tip and it'll take you a while. It's not just a one evening project. This is a project that's going to take considerable time, but that's okay because you don't have to get it done in a certain time frame. All right. So start writing your timeline and have those great aha moments. And you'll start to feel better, more connected. Okay? Okay. Hey Courtney. Okay. So after you've written your timeline and you've started to figure out your karmic stuff, all right? And you started to figure out like those aha moments and that, and you're starting to clear. You're starting to clear out that stuff, and you've got like this like bag of goo and cooties that you want to release. Okay, so you have this bag of goo and cooties, and you're like, yeah, okay, we're done. All right, so place your etheric bag of goo and cooties because that's what we call it, all the gooey stuff, because we don't want to get really like stuck in it. We just want to step back from it. There you go. So hand that box of goo and cooties, throw it out into the universe. And as you do it, say, I love you. I bless you. I forgive you. I thank you. I release you. Now, if I'm only just working with myself, I just say it once. But if I'm working with someone else, I say it twice. Once for me, once for them. That way, we're releasing out all that yucky stuff. Okay, So sometimes what happens is after we've done all this great release work, we're feeling really good, and we fill ourselves up with light, we're feeling even better. Like maybe a couple years down the road, we're, you know, like shopping or something. And well, a pretty box shows up in front of us, and we look at that pretty box. We go, that pretty box looks really pretty, and I really like it, but it feels familiar and it doesn't feel good. So you take the box, you say, I have learned this lesson. I don't want it again. And you hand it back to the universe and say, thank you, bless you, I release you, and let it go. That way, you are seeing the lesson. It may look like a different situation, it may look like a different person, it may look like a different whatever, but it still feels the same. That uncomfortable kind of, I don't want to do that lesson, and I've learned that. I'm good. Send it away. Most healers will look at it and go, oh, I can fix this. No, you don't want to fix it. You have things to do. Nobody said you were a fixer. You're a healer. And when people want to be healed, they will come to you and receive healing. When something comes to you and you know that you've tried all your tricks, all your healing tricks, all your everything tricks, and it didn't work, send it back out there. You don't want to waste your time and energy on that. Because remember, everything is an equal exchange of energy. That way, you're feeling it. You're feeling good about it, right? It's okay to send it back. Yeah. You don't even want an exchange on that. You just want to send it back. No refund. We're done. All right. All right. So make sure when you're releasing it, you truly do release it. And you can like do things too. You can do like cord cutting ceremonies. You can go and you can get some cranial sacral work done. You can get some Reiki work done to support you during a time of release work and I'm done work. Okay. All right. Because everybody can make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You do not have to fix everything. It's okay. Give yourself permission for that. All right. All right. So these are like soul lessons, but they're not all lessons are spiritual. Okay. There are lessons that are physical, lessons that are emotional, and lessons that are mental. Okay. And if we look at it, a lot of times it's all of it. And so I want to make sure that you guys are supporting each other and yourselves by looking at where you're at right now, what you've achieved, and moving forward. Don't spin your brain around stuff that is not healthy or good for you. All right. No, have faith that things are going to be working out for you for your highest and best good. Because that's what you're working on for yourself, right? All right. So remember when you're doing the release work, I love you, I bless you, I forgive you, I thank you, and I release you. That's it. Very simple. Goodbye. All right. So allow your spirit crew to help you. Allow them that. Consider what you're feeling, hearing, knowing, seeing. Consider it, at least. Because remember, they're experiencing something too. They're balancing something too. Because although we cannot like see them like our friends, they're there to assist us. And so by assisting us too, and us asking for help, It again, there is that equal exchange of energy. They come, they assist. So consider what they're saying to you and see if it fits in the space in which you are in now. Sometimes it's stuff we don't want to hear. Sometimes it's great stuff that we do want to hear, right? And so we want to make sure that, like, we're helping them too. Because we don't listen, we go around like that's not real and all that other stuff. They don't get to learn either. Okay. So we want to make sure that it is an equal exchange of energy between ourselves and our spirit guides and angels and creator. All right. That way everyone has an experience and it's a good experience, right? Okay. So one of the things that you can do is I have the chakra meditation on my website at arielgrace.net. Click the meditation tab, and you're gonna have. I think you have to scroll down. The reason why I always ask you to do this meditation at least once a month is one, you're going to clear your energy field. You're going to fill yourself with light. You're going to balance your chakras, getting them all nice and cleared out. And then there's a little bit of soul retrieval at the end. And when we go to the place where we're doing the soul retrieval and we pick up our object and we place that object within our being, there is stuff that goes out, the stuff that we don't need anymore goes out. And so, and then we come back in and we ground ourselves. So the chakra meditation does a whole lot of really good stuff for you. And doing it once a month assists with your maintenance of your energy so that your energy, you're always refreshing and invigorating your energy. And you don't feel like all the time, right? Because we need to clear and get all bright and shiny, right? Yeah. Okay. So see if you can check out the chakra meditation and do that at least once a month. I would say, once a month. I think it takes like 25 minutes or something. I can't remember. It's something like that. All right. So this is the book, Clearing with Purpose, the Goo and Cooties book. That's what I call it. It's Goo and Cooties. But this book has all the stuff that we've just talked about tonight. This is a great book. And see, look, oh, it's not that many pages, but there's lots of homework in this book. And so, because of the homework is going to assist you with um, practices to assist you with your clearing efforts, assist you feel safe while you are clearing. Okay. And that's really, um, really like important, that maintenance for yourself energetically so that you feel good, right? Yeah. While you're working on your manifestations. All right. So check that out. You can check it out on my website or Amazon. All right. Um, all right. So if you liked what you saw tonight, please like and subscribe. I even have a note here saying that. Please like the video wherever you are and check that out. Okay. So this is my lesson for my karmic lesson. My thing. I figured out a way to do this that I can go outside of my house and talk to people and not feel like a crazy lady. All right. So I started volunteering at the Greensboro History Museum. If you're ever in Greensboro, please come by the Greensboro History Museum. It's totally awesome. Anyway, it used to be the first Presbyterian church. And I'm learning how to do tours through the cemetery because it is an actual cemetery with statues and flowers. It's just beautiful and smells so good. So I'm learning how to do this. This is a karmic thing for me so that I can overcome too speaking to people and person and learning new stuff all the time. So I'm gonna see if I can do a video of the cemetery so that y'all can see it, and then and I'll take you a tour through a tour of the Greensboro Presbyterian Church Cemetery. It is just beautiful. It is. So anyway, this is a karmic lesson for me, and it is also a lesson for me to get out of my house. All right. So that's the end for this week. I hope you join me next week. I'm going to be interviewing Gwen Peterson. She wrote Insights and Illuminations, and I just read that book. It is a great book, and I'll be sharing it later on this week so you can see it. We'll share it next week on the show. You guys are going to love Gwen. She's awesome. All right. So have a great week. Have a wonderful week. Remember to stay safe, keep your heart open, and align with the energy of love. I'll see you next week. Bye.